Hi everybody, it's Laura from Balbriggan Library with one of our favourite stories in the library, The Way Back Home by Oliver Jeffers. And this is a really lovely story about a little boy. Once there was a boy, and one day, as he was putting his things back in the cupboard, he found an aeroplane. He didn't remember leaving it there, but he thought he would take it out for a go right away. So he got busy doing all the things you have to do to go out, putting his coat on, his helmet and his goggles, and into his plane. Off he went. The plane lifted off the ground, up, up, up into the sky. Higher and higher it went. But suddenly, the plane spluttered. It had run out of petrol. Oh no! Now the boy was stuck on the moon. What was he going to do? He was all alone and afraid. And then his torch began to go out. And it got dark. Oh no! I'm afraid of the dark sometimes. And this little boy was on the moon. But up in space, someone else was in trouble too. His engine had broken down, and steering his ship towards a flicker of light, he landed on the moon with a bump. Both the boy and the Martian could hear noises, and both feared the worst. But as their eyes got used to the dark, they realized they had met someone else in trouble. They weren't alone anymore. They've met each other now, haven't they? So, the boy showed the Martian his empty petrol tank, and the Martian showed the boy his broken engine, and together they thought of ways to fix their machine and find their way back home. They're doing lots of thinking there, aren't they? Look at all these ideas that they're having. My goodness. Well, the boy jumped down to earth, right down into the sea, and he swam towards home. Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it? Well, by the time he got there, he was very tired, obviously. He sat in his favourite chair, just to catch his breath. But then his favourite programme came on the telly, and he just settled down to watch for a few minutes. Meanwhile, on the moon, look who's waiting. So, suddenly he remembered where he should be. He rushed to the cupboard to get what he needed. He ran outside and shouted, but there was no reply. He couldn't be heard. So the boy climbed to higher ground, and he called again, and he waited. And this time a rope was lowered. Can you see it? He's on a very high mountain, isn't he? The boy began to climb, and the Martian began to pull, and soon he was back on the moon. The boy fixed the Martian's engine, and the Martian filled the boy's petrol tank, and they said goodbye and thanked each other for all their help, and they wondered if they'd ever meet again. Well, after a long night, they were both finally off the moon. The boy went one way, the Martian went the other way, both on their way back home. So, he's going that way, and he's going that way. And then, what do you think this means? The boy gets a delivery, doesn't he? And what do you see? I see little walkie-talkies. I wonder who sent that. Can you guess? So, do you think they kept in contact? I think so. Thanks for listening. Bye.